This is quite the crowd for today, appropriately so. It's a great day to be here. I'm Chancellor Alexander Cartwright, and it's really great to see so many of you here to celebrate this extraordinary gift to MU's College of Education. My wife Melinda and I have had the wonderful opportunity to get to know Jolene and Bill Schulz since we arrived in Columbia. We really have had the opportunity to spend time with them, get to know them a little more than we typically get to know people, and have some dinners and other things. So we've become quite good friends with them, and so it really is a special day for us to be able to be here and to be able to announce this. Jolene and Bill are true tigers. I'll try to get away from it. Volunteers and advocates and philanthropists. And we are grateful for their incredible grace and generosity. I am thrilled to be here today to honor your extraordinary legacy. Also joining us today is Catherine Cheval, Dean of the College of Education, and Joan H. Hook, Dean's Chair in Educational Renewal. I can think of no better place to celebrate the future of our world-class College of Education than right here. The college recently celebrated its 150-year anniversary, which is a tremendous tenure. Its students come from 50 states and 51 countries, and its innovative, collaborative learning spaces mean that graduates are highly sought after by schools, businesses, and organizations both here in Missouri and around the world. None of this would be possible without the vision and generosity of our supporters. Jolene Schulz is one of the most faithful among them. Having earned both her bachelor's and master's degrees in education from Mizzou, Jolene served as an administrator with Columbia Public Schools for 34 years. During her career, Jolene enhanced community relationships by creating the Columbia Public Schools Partners in Education program, a model for hands-on learning and community volunteerism. Her commitment to education is remarkable, and she continues to serve our Mizzou community as a board member of the Jefferson Club. As I said, in my 20-plus months now here, Jolene has shared so many insights and experiences that have helped me shape my vision for Missouri's flagship university. I've also seen what an incredible asset her long-standing service to the College of Education Strategic Advancement Committee has been for Dean Cheval and our students. With each role, Jolene, your values of hard work and innovation have shined. The spirit of collaboration, leadership, and service that you bring to Mizzou is core to our DNA. And today is just one more example of your transformational impact. I am so thrilled to announce today that thanks to Jolene's generosity, we are establishing the Jolene Marra Schulz Partners Advancing Education Endowment Fund. This important fund will support programming initiatives that are critical for student success, such as a professional development series, just-in-time learning, and experiential learning opportunities. Establishing this endowment is one more important contribution to education in her long line of service, support, and generosity. And so today, it is also my honor to recognize you as an influential educator with a dedication. I am thrilled to announce that the College of Education entrance will now be designated the Jolene Marra Schulz Lobby. We want all College of Education students to excel in their careers and lives, and Jolene's many contributions will give them the support they need to transition from successful Mizzou students to successful Mizzou alumni. The influence she has in bringing people together and harnessing their incredible talent is felt across our community. Inspired by her and supporters just like her, we are doing the same across our institution. Whether it's establishing signature centers to apply interdisciplinary research to real-world impact, or leveraging our distance learning options to maximize our reach to students who need and deserve an education. On behalf of the Mizzou community, I want to once again offer my sincere thanks to Jolene Schulz for her tremendous generosity and support of Mizzou. We are so excited to share your legacy even more with everyone in our community in the years to come. Now, please help me welcome Jolene to say a few words.
I've seen other people do that, so thank you. Thank you, Chancellor Cartwright and Melinda. You are such special people. And I'm so glad, Chancellor, that you answered the call to come to Mizzou. We really needed you. We needed your vision, your experience, and your steady nature. My thanks also to Dean Cheval, to Severin Roberts, and to Dr. Mike Cateman. You all made the right decision to come to Mizzou, too. It's so wonderful to have everybody here. As most of you know, I am Mizzou made. Yes, I am a Tiger, and I've been a Tiger since 1961 when I set foot on this campus, scared to death. Nervous because I was in this big campus, and scared because I thought I'll never find my way around. Also nervous because I was going through what was called sorority rush, now recruitment. However, I found my way around, I made good grades, and I pledged Gamma Phi Beta, so everything was wonderful. I knew I was going to become a teacher when I was a very young child, and I knew that I wanted to be at the University of Missouri. I spent many hours in this building, but it was the lab school at that time. And I spent many hours in Hill Hall, which is the building adjacent to here. Most of you know where it is. After I graduated, I began my teaching career in Shawnee Mission, Kansas. My husband doesn't like for me to say that word, but I did teach in Kansas. I decided after a few years, however, that I was going to return to Mizzou and get my master's degree. And I came back to the lab school, and I was a first grade supervisor here in the lab school. Now, you can't find my room, but as I recall, it was on the west side of the building because we overlooked 6th Street. And I had 13 student teachers each semester to coordinate. Very interesting. Yes, that's correct. Mizzou provided me with the opportunity to learn from some of the most well-known people in the field of education. Dr. Lois Knowles, who was mathematics, Virginia Morgan, who was my advisor and who was the specialist in early childhood education, Dr. Betty Burchett, who just recently passed away last week, and Dr. John Ben Leek, who were both in science education, Dr. Steele Artley, who many of you might know, who was the author of Dick, Jane, and Sally. A few of us might have grown up with that primer and pre-primer learning how to read. Well, after I left the lab school, I joined Columbia Public Schools, as the chancellor said, and I spent 34 wonderful years in the school system. I first taught kindergarten, then moved on to contracts and grants, and then had the privilege of becoming the director of school community programs and communications for the district. This gave me the opportunity to begin the Partners in Education program, which once again the chancellor mentioned. It was so exciting for me to see the teachers and the children become aware of our business community, but even more exciting to watch the business community learn all about the world of education. It was truly an incredible program, and I'm happy to say it's still going on today. Right, Dr. Stiefelman? The education that I received at MU definitely prepared me for more than a career. I learned the time skills of curiosity, dedication, and the ability to present my ideas to others. And that to me is sort of a key. Being an educator, I believe, is all about being able to convey information to other people. Because of the many opportunities the university provided me, I decided a long time ago when I was able, I wanted to give back to the College of Education, which was definitely the foundation for my career. Therefore, the Jolene, Marra, Schulz Partners Advancing Education Endowment, that's a long line of words, came into being, but I'm very proud of it. I've known for some time that I wanted to make a difference at Mizzou and help ensure that the other students experience the difference the College of Education made for me. This endowment will allow students the opportunity to participate in job shadowing, internships, policy work, and other professional development activities. It's a very humbling experience to be here today. I'm honored that the College of Education is helping me turn my idea into a reality. I want to thank them also for this wonderful celebration this afternoon and thank all of you for coming. It's just absolutely wonderful. In closing, I want to thank my relatives also who came in today. They're here somewhere from Kansas City. And all my special friends who are here and people that I don't know. Thank you so much for coming. And to my parents who are deceased, I want to say thank you for insisting that I go to college. That was their goal because they did not have the opportunity to go. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Look where I am. And to my husband, Bill, whom I adore, who's been at my side supporting all my big, wild ideas for 49 years. We've had a great life, and this is for you as much as it is for me. Aside from your degree, I think you might also have earned a partial degree from the College of Education just supporting me. Thank you so very, very much. I'm truly honored, and I'm so pleased to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jolene. I would also like to acknowledge Jolene's husband, Bill. It is a joy to witness your support of Jolene, and I said the work here, but I'll say her crazy ideas sometimes, that she is passionate about. Your interactions as a couple serve as a model of mutual love and respect, and it's just a joy to know both of you. And thank you for your longstanding support of the College of Education. I would like to recognize all of Jolene's friends and family and colleagues that came today to celebrate. Thank you so much for being part of this recognition and honoring her today. And also for all of the members of the College of Education who came to participate in today's event. They work so hard every day, and this always warms their heart that people are willing to invest in the work that they're doing, so thank you. Jolene, as I have shared the incredible work and accomplishments of our faculty, staff, and students with you, your smile tells me that you're proud of our impact and our reputation. Just this past month, our U.S. News rankings jumped to number 25 in public colleges of education in the U.S. In the last 5 years, our grant expenditures doubled from 10 to 20 million, but this year we doubled down, and we've secured $45 million in new grants since July 1st for this year. Our research, teaching, and engagement makes a difference in the lives of Missourians, their communities, and beyond. And Jolene, this is your College of Education. The E-Mints team, some of them are here today, and our faculty work in rural schools. I know that is also very passionate for Jolene in Missouri, to equip teachers and students to use real problems in their communities to study mathematics, science, technology, and engineering, while also learning necessary social and emotional skills. ParentLink navigators worked with grand families to strengthen families in the Boot Heel. And a significant number of our faculty have formed strong partnerships with the Columbia Public Schools faculty and administrators, and those partnerships that you envisioned years ago when you worked for CPS. So Jolene, again, this is your College of Education. In the college, we are preparing professionals to lead in their workplaces. I love talking to our graduates and hearing about their journeys that their lives have taken. Our alumni teach in classrooms, lead school districts and libraries, create businesses, and work as financial advisors, lawyers, and leaders in industry, to name a few. And Jolene, as we've talked through the years, you shared what the legacy of your career means to you. So from working in Columbia Public Schools to serving youth, women, and families, you have served as a leader in so many capacities. Jolene, you inspire me. Your passion for student success was evident in every conversation, and I still remember a lunch at Murray's early on in my tenure as dean when you said, quote, "I want to invest in people." Your investments in sharing your time, wisdom, and resources have had a remarkable impact. And I would like Taylor DeVault to come up and share a few words about you. Taylor, would you please come up?
One of my earliest memories of my grandmother is sprinting through the CPS Vandiver building, tooth lost in one hand, eminently hard caramel candy in the other, to her office. She was in a meeting, but when she saw my toothless grin peeking through her window, she dropped everything to celebrate with me. Of course, with more caramel candy. I cannot name a single event of mine in my entire life that my grandmother has missed. Every birthday, dance recital, school function held the promise of my grandma sitting there cheering me on. Imagine having Jolene Schulz as one of your #1 fans. The thing is that she has a way of making you feel like the most interesting person in the room every time you speak with her. She may be my grandma, but I know this feeling is familiar to every person that she knows. My journey in the field of elementary education began abruptly around 2 years ago. Nobody had been expecting it, but nobody was more overjoyed than my grandma. It will be near impossible to top the day I called her and told her I'd been placed at Fairview for the semester. Images of her keep rushing back to me. Her sitting on the kitchen floor in her pajamas, alone amongst an immense sea of paperwork, past midnight on a Tuesday. A weekly planner that could not possibly fit another word on the page. And let's not forget every single text that has asked me why her printer stopped working. I cannot imagine an accolade more worthy of my grandmother's name. Now, as I pass through the Jolene Marra Schulz lobby every single day, I am reminded of the dedication and tirelessly selfless work it takes to be half the woman that Jolene is. Her name on that wall is my silent reminder to be as studious and walk as gracefully as she did when she walked these halls. Her shoes seem to be growing more and more every day, and they're impossible to fill. But I'm grateful for the opportunity to grow into my own pair right alongside her, with her cheering me on every step of the way. However, JoJo, today we celebrate you, and I can promise you there isn't a single person in this room prouder of you than me.
Thank you, Taylor. Your words illustrate Jolene's commitment to student success. The Jolene Marra Schulz Partners Advancing Education Endowment, that is a mouthful, will expand opportunities for our students to flourish. Our world changes every day, and our students need to develop knowledge and competencies that will equip them to face challenges in their careers. Therefore, the college has to be responsive to short and long-term emerging issues. For example, we want to be on the front of bully prevention, student mental health, educational technology, and teacher professional stress management. And we want to be the leader in ensuring educational professionals have access to a professional development library of case studies and captured wisdom of practice when they need it. In other words, just-in-time learning on relevant topics. Jolene, you are kind, intelligent, and curious. You are masterful at bringing people together to solve problems. You demonstrated incredible work ethic, resilience, and diligence. How many of you in the audience have ever been brave enough to deny one of Jolene's requests to get involved? I don't see any hands. You epitomize that education is a foundational degree for a lifetime of curiosity. From your work in the lab school to today's support as a volunteer, it is right and just that this space will be the place where we tell your story. Jolene, thank you for this opportunity to celebrate your legacy. And would you please all join me in recognizing Jolene Marra Schulz. So we have some treats over there, I guess, and you can take photos. Melissa will be over here if anyone want to take some photos today in front of the photo screen. And we hope you'll celebrate a little bit and just interact with us. Come introduce yourself to new folks if you haven't met anybody, and just thanks again for everyone being here today. Appreciate it.